Kim, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again, Joe.
It's a few months since we last sat down and talked about City Fibre, and there's a lot happened since then, and a lot happened this week, and not in a good way. But we can't do very much about that at the moment. But what we can do is follow on really from our conversation last time. But I guess there'll be a few people that are watching the interview that may not have seen the first one. So if I could just ask you to, if you could tell us again who City Fibre are and what City Fibre are doing.
Okay, so my name's Kim and I am the Regional Partnership Director for a company called City Fibre. And what City Fibre do is we put broadband or full fibre infrastructure under the ground or up on poles through lines, and we bring full fibre broadband, or the internet as you would call it, into your homes. But you may not have heard of us because we don't sell directly. So we work through a number of ISPs.
Well, I've got a view, Kim, because I keep seeing you in front of magazines and obviously on Buzz TV. So you're famous in the area. So full fibre, what is it?
So most people just go onto the computer and expect it to work, and sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. What full fibre is effectively just glass. It's very straightforward, but has very clever technology at either end. And what it means is huge amounts of data can go down the glass from wherever it is you need it in the world to your home.
Right.
And the really nice thing about it is, because it is just glass, with a bit of technology at the end, it's very reliable, it's very fast, and it allows you to upload and download things really quickly. So if you wanted to download your videos, it's super fast. But also, if you want to put up your video or your lots of photographs, it's equally quick to upload those images if you're trying to share them with somebody else.
And how would that compare with, say for example, I think I've got something like 35 meg from my current provider. What kind of speeds do you get on full fibre?
So 35 meg is, it's fine for normal day to day, but I bet you at 4 o'clock, if you've family around and they start streaming a movie and you start doing other things on other devices, it starts to slow down and struggle a little bit. We do up to speeds of up to a gig. That's like 1,000 meg, so that's much faster.
That's a bit different.
It's a little bit faster, but to me the big thing is the reliability. It's having that confidence that if you're going to watch a stream movie or you're going to have a Skype with family in another country, you know it's going to work. That's the big thing for me.
Right. And at the moment, City Fibre are laying this full fibre network across the Bradford area and other parts of England, I guess.
Yeah, so we're across the UK, mainly in England and Scotland, and it's a huge infrastructure project. But in Bradford, when we last talked, we were really pretty much only just building in one area around bowling.
Wow.
We're now actually in 3 different areas across the city. So apologies if you're trying to drive from Manningham down to a bowling sort of Tongue area, because you'll come across our roadworks in a few places. And we're also over in the Eccleshill area at the moment. So we're sort of building out across the city. It's going to take us a few years. Probably about 3, maybe 4 years to get across all the homes, but we won't be coming into your home. We will be putting little junction boxes in all the footpaths or on the poles near where you live. So if and when you want to have the service, it'll be there for you.
Right. Okay. So you're doing every household.
We are.
Yeah. Very good. I know last time we spoke, we said I asked you a question about what kind of applications can you put on this full fibre network, or are people working on them? Is it something we haven't even thought of yet? And I think you gave me an answer about virtual reality.
Yeah.
Anything else on the cards, or?
I think a lot of us over the next few months and hopefully just months will be watching a lot of images and a lot of TV. And it's really about allowing you to just almost have boring internet, if that makes sense. You just know that whatever you want to do, whether it's virtual reality, whether it's playing Xbox Live, whether it's streaming a movie or talking to family, it's going to work. And it doesn't matter if other people in the house are also using it, or it's 4 o'clock on a Friday and all the kids in the street are all on their Xbox. I think it's allowing the capacity that's in there, just the ability to just know that it's sort of boringly going to work. It's just one of those things like your electricity and your gas. You just want your internet to be on, don't you?
Yeah, yes you do, yeah. Yeah, and you want it on when you want it on.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for it, do you?
No.
So no, I understand what you said about the more people that are using it, how it will start to slow down, because I've noticed that myself. My grandson's been around and he's been playing on the Xbox, and I've been trying to download a film and it's taking forever, you know. And so I know exactly what you're talking about there.
Yeah.
And clearly people may not be happy about roadworks and full fibre being laid, but they're going to benefit from it once it's all been done.
They will, and I know some people will say, but we had this done a few years ago. It is slightly different. Really, there are very few big infrastructure organisations in the UK like City Fibre, and some of the work that was done a few years ago is really only fibre to the cabinet. So you know those boxes right down to the end of the street, quite often it's just copper, that last wee bit to your house, and that bit that it's copper can sometimes make the difference between everybody getting really slow on a Thursday at 4 when all the kids are home. Full fibre right to your house just means it's like turning a tap on and it's going to work.
Okay. So how are you letting people know about this? How are you educating? Well, obviously we're doing this video now, but how else are you educating the people of Bradford about this new service that will be available?
So we're looking for opportunities to speak to the community in any shape or form. So obviously when we're building, there's the standard letters that go out that say, you know, we are going to be building your area, but hopefully we're only on your street for maybe a day, 2, 3 at the most. So we try and move quite quickly. So there's the build comms, as we call it, but also we have editorial sort of news stories. They go out in newspapers, obviously interviews with yourself. I was very excited. I did one of my bucket list yesterday. I did a TED talk yesterday at Keighley College.
All right.
So we go to where people are. We provide information for them, but also you might start to see us on things like Facebook.
Right.
Because we try and get little bits of information out very locally. At the moment, because we're not building across the whole of Bradford, you're not going to see great big posters or billboards or anything like that. It is very much about trying to communicate local where people are.
So you mentioned there that you did a talk yesterday at Keighley College.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything else at schools, for example?
Yeah, so my background, actually, I've come from working from children's services, and I really like working with schools, and I'm also passionate about helping young people think about construction, but also digital careers. So I do quite a lot of work with schools. Very lucky recently to have sponsored some coding workshops in Bowling Park Primary School, and it was just fantastic. I got the opportunity to go and see the young people actually working out how to do how to do a computer game, and the imagination, and you know, from the boys and the girls, the enthusiasm on learning how to code. And this was year 4 in primary school, so they're quite young, and they were still coming up with really interesting, fun game design. So I love that.
This could be. We talked about future applications for use on full fibre.
Yeah.
This could be where you learn what these future applications will be from the children.
Yeah.
Do you get any good ideas like that from them about how they would use it? Or?
Oh, definitely. I mean, my talk actually yesterday at Keighley College was very much about, you know, I remember when internet started. I'm that old, and my brain is sort of thinking what can and can't work. But young people, they don't have that. They have that unlimited imagination and thought of what can potentially happen. So they don't know, like one of the games that the girl was doing was, she was being protected by a polar bear, and it was attacking killer whales. And it was doing some really amazing feats of exciting stuff. And I would never have done a computer game with polar bears and killer whales. But I bet there would be a real commercial application, and that's just a game. So young people, I think, are really, I'm really excited to see what the young people and students that we engage with, what they're going to come up with. It's about making them feel that they have unlimited potential on the internet.
Yeah. It sounds to me, Kim, that City Fibre, all right, you're doing a job, you lay this full fibre network, but you're also a good corporate citizen. You know, you are actually trying to educate from a young level, and make sure that everybody gets the opportunity to take full advantage of the technology that's there.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're a bit like the Bulls in a way. It's you know, you're more than just a rugby club.
Yes.
You're part of the community. We're more than just a full fibre broadband people digging up the streets. It's about investing in the community that you're in, and trying to just excite people about the potential, and bring them on a journey with us a little bit, and also capturing the youth, isn't it? That's very much what you guys do.
Very much. From our first meeting, our first discussion, we got involved with Bradford 2025, and obviously that bid is still going strong, and hopefully we get through the next stage and go on to win it. That would be fantastic. But also we've just announced an agreement with Bradford College, and we're going to be providing work experience up at Odsal. I mean, Odsal is a massive stadium, there's always something needs doing here, and the college are going to provide us that resource without any cost, because it gives their students work experience, and they need to do, I think it's 500 hours. I think it's 500 hours they need to do to get the qualification. But also we recognise, you know, it's good to get the youth of Bradford involved, and this season any children under 17 can come to a game for free. And or they can apply for a free season ticket. So that's any child under 17 is welcome at Bradford Bulls. We want them to get this experience early and enjoy the benefits of sport, because I know we talked earlier about Xbox 360s and Xbox Ones, etc. But it's nice for them to get a little bit of sport as well.
But also you can't get the atmosphere and the feeling sitting behind a TV screen. Sometimes you need to be back out with people again. And even if it's outside and it's a little bit cold, just feeling that, just everybody wanting something to happen together. It's just wonderful, isn't it?
It is. At the last meeting, and you said earlier on, Kim, that you don't actually sell this to the end user. You do it through internet service providers. And I think last time you said there were a couple on board. Have you got any more on board since then? Yeah,
so now in Bradford, if you go on to the City Fibre website, just literally the homepage, you can type in your postcode and it'll tell you whether the service is available, and if it is, which ISPs or internet service providers are currently on the network. And we've got more coming on all the time. But at the moment we have Vodafone, TalkTalk, Zen and Legend. And Legend are a local company. And it's really nice to have that sort of broad range. So you don't need to remember who they are. If you just go on the City Fibre website, it'll take you through to the relevant or the right pages on all of those.
And I think I'm right on saying, because you're one of our Bullring members, if we go to you in the Bullring directory and click on City Fibre, that'll take us right through to the correct place to register.
That's right, should do, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Kim, once again, an enlightening conversation we've had. Thoroughly enjoyable, and I wish you luck with the continued rollout. And I think maybe we can get together again in a few more months and see where we're at then.
Brilliant. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks very much, Kim.
Cheers.
Thank you.